Right, so this is, so make sure you prepare your foolscap paper, label your columns, draw your columns and label. So we're gonna discuss on the Cornell notes for approximation, which includes significant figures and decimal places. So for the first one, for significant figures, I have three provided for you, three essential questions, three things that you need to know for significant figures. So first one, how to determine the number of significant figures in a given number. So we count from the first digit. Okay, we count from the first digit. So 1 until the last digit. So that means this one is 5 significant figures. However, if you come across decimal like the next one, 0.00203, because the first digit is a 0 followed by other zeros, so this is not considered as the significant. The significant figure we consider from the first non-zero digit. So count from number 2, numbers digit 0 and digit 3. That means for this one, it's 3 significant figures. Okay. And then the next one, if you count the numbers like this, 23,410, you consider the first digit because it is non-zero. So you count 1, 2, 3, 4. And the last one here, you do not consider the 0. Okay, so this one consider as 4 significant figure. So since there is a variety of zeros, some included as significant, some do not, that brings us to the next question, essential questions. Which zeros are included as significant figures? So let's look at the same example for 100.21. These two zeros here, okay, is between two non-zero digit. So if you have zeros between two non-zero digit, that means they are included. Okay. Now, if you have 0.00203, the first three zeros here is in front. Now, these are called the leading zeros. Zeros yang di depan. Okay, yang melead number satu. Okay, so leading zeros. Now, leading zeros are not included as significance. That is why we count the number of significant figures starting with the first non-zero digit after the leading zeros. How about the next one? If we have 23,410. So the zero here is at the end. Now this one is what we call the trailing zero. For the trailing zero, it is not included. So that is why this number has 4 significant figures. Now, however, trailing zeros has 2 categories. Trailing zeros for whole number yang do not have any decimal, or trailing zeros after the decimal point. So for example, you have 0.2030. So 0 at the end here. So this is the trailing zero, also considered as a trailing zero. However, because it is after the decimal point, so of course this one is the leading zero. We don't include that in our counting. So we start with 1, 2, 3, and 4. Trailing zero after decimal point, it is included. So which means for 0.2030, it is 4 significant figures. Okay, so this is 4 significant figures. So be careful of the zeros. So you have the zeros between two non-zero digit, that is included. If you have the leading zeros, that's not included. For trailing zero, it is not included if it's a whole number. However, if the trailing zero is after the decimal point, then it is included.